Are we not going to talk about the cougars in the classroom? Hold on, I can't even be in the same frame as these women, right?
Oh yeah, they definitely gonna be quiet in situations like this, but I guarantee you if those teachers were males instead of females, you get where I'm going with this.
Don't worry, I'll wait. Yeah, I'm choosing the bear. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys that I came across on TikTok, and I've seen a few other people react to this. There was a young woman who had something to say that we've talked about in this space in the past, and when I tell you, boy, she sounds like a resurrection of Cynthia G. Check this out.
This might be controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners, if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender because I don't want to raise one. I don't care. I don't care.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I might as well be one of those people that flip out and cry when they're having a girl at a gender reveal because I do not want to have a son. I don't want to raise one. I do not want to potentially raise someone's abuser. I don't want to potentially raise someone in this society. I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't think that it's worth having one.
This is just another creation of bear versus man all over again. Once again, I am going to make an extreme decision based on extreme circumstances. Ma'am, you don't think you are capable of raising a son that would not do that kind of shit? I think that says more about you as a person, that you're not even willing to put in the work to make sure that you can raise your son, raise your son to know better from what's right and wrong. And seriously, like, y'all need to go heal, man. I got a feeling you're gonna see that here in a lot in this video, but y'all really gotta go heal, man. Y'all women that think like this, that want to just lump all men into this umbrella of what only a small amount of men are doing. This is really getting ridiculous. Let's continue, because it was some brothers that reacted to her clip because it did go viral. Wait till y'all see what they have to say about it.
This might be controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners, if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender because I don't want to raise one. I don't care.
Go for it. I am all for this way of thinking. I really am. I'm not even gonna knock her like everybody else has been like bad mouth. No. I'm actually all for this because I am one of those return back to sender dads, right? I got custody of my kids 14 years ago. How are we living right now? We got a nice pool. We got acres of land. It's 1:30. Dinner's almost done. I'm about to make protein shakes soon. I got to pick up the boys around 2:25 that we could go work out. Yo, my son, he's deadlifting like 505. No bullshit. He's squatting almost 3 plates. His bench is about close to 200. I think he's like 195. He's trying to get a 225 by August, which I don't see like that's impossible. That's not impossible at all. Kid's fucking shredded. But yeah, my youngest, he's almost at a plate benching. Yo, I'm making warriors in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, send him to the dad because, well, you don't want the son because he's going to be a future abuser. Because that's how you hear online, right? Like, oh, men are abusers. It's only here. It's not in the real world, right? The real world is different. But in here, it's like, oh, men are abusers. And all that. If you don't want, you want to send him back to return to sender, then go ahead. Because if the dad's anything like me, he's going to make a fucking warrior out of these fucking kids. Hell yeah. Let's fucking go. I'm all for this shit. I'm not knocking her. I'm all for this shit. Yeah. Let the man raise the boy. I've been doing this shit for 14 years. It's not hard. It's not fucking hard. Like I said, I almost got dinner done. Smoothies is coming soon. I'm picking them up. Yeah, this shit is a fucking cakewalk, dude.
My thoughts exactly. For y'all that don't know, man, I went through somewhat of a situation like this years ago. Long story short, I should have an 11-year-old by now. Y'all can do the math on that. So when I hear stories like this and I hear shit like this, it kind of pisses me off because I feel exactly where this man is coming from, because I always thought to myself, why come she couldn't just have the baby and let me take care of the child? Why do women have such an issue with that? If you don't want the child, if you don't want custody of the child, why do you have an issue letting the father raise it, as opposed to saying, oh, I'm just gonna delete it just because all men are evil? That is so extreme. And what I find funny is that if men were to talk in these same extremes, women would look at us like we got two heads coming out of our neck. The fuck, bruh? Let's keep it moving, man.
This might be controversial, but I obviously don't care. I always tell my potential partners, if I ever get pregnant with a son, I'm returning it to the sender because I don't want to raise one. I don't care. I don't care. I might as well be one of those people that flip out and cry when they're having a girl at a gender reveal because I do not want to have a son. I don't want to raise one. I do not want to potentially raise someone's abuser. I don't want to potentially raise someone in this society. I just don't see a possibility of raising someone that doesn't contribute to a woman suffering in some way. And I just don't want to be a part of that.
Returning it to the sender. Who, God? Like, are you gonna abort it? It was 1 million abortions in 2023. You can't tell me that at least half of those were boys. This is funny, but then again, it's not. You need to go heal. Go do something. The fact that you don't want to give birth to a boy is blowing my mind. Oh, I don't want to raise a potential abuser. Like, it's just in a man's nature to be abusive. It's all about who raised them. If you're not a bad person, then you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. If the person you have kids with isn't a bad person, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. But yet, you are still right here, damaged. You need just go get some therapy.
My thoughts exactly. They need to heal. So is these people that are over here still in their feelings over this man versus bear shit. Because we can argue that both of these topics are one and the same. Because like I said, bro, all this is another way for them to just find a way to hate men and dehumanize us. It's getting ridiculous, really. Check this out.
Because some of y'all are imbeciles, and it shows. A bear will not kidnap me. A bear will not break me. A bear will not dismember my body and leave it in a dumpster for my family to find. A bear will not have sexual intercourse with my unalived body. A bear will not lock me in a basement and make me his sex slave for the next...
See, the only thing I don't like is that all the women who making reaction stitches, whatever, to this whole situation, this hypothetical question, y'all are jumping off the deep end. Y'all are running the worst case scenario shit to the ground. And only thing I gotta say is this: why don't y'all think about the worst case scenario and everything else? Like, why didn't you think about the worst case scenario when you was sleeping with that man unprotected and you knew he couldn't provide for himself, but you still had his baby? Now you single with a kid. Why didn't you think about the worst case scenario then? Why didn't you think about the worst case scenario when that rich nigga DM'd you on Instagram and you got your ass on a plane and flew to another state where nobody knew where you were going except for your homegirl, and that man could have killed your ass in that hotel room, but you wanted to look lit for Instagram? But why you ain't think about the worst case scenario then? Why don't y'all think about the worst case scenario that when you get in your car, the probability of you dying is so high that you probably wouldn't even get in your car. You probably wouldn't even own that fucking car if you knew the probability of you dying. This is the shit that I have a problem with, because women have took this shit and ran with it. Everything that woman has said is another woman's reality, but she's going to make it seem like it's her reality. And if any of those things are your reality, please seek therapy. Please sit down. Let somebody take notes on what the fuck you are saying. Because a lot of y'all women are showing that y'all need therapy. Y'all talk about men mental health. No, a lot of y'all need fucking therapy. Because we asked y'all, would y'all rather be stuck in the forest with a bear or a man? It was just a bear or a man. That's it. Not the man can potentially do this, and this, and the bear this, this. No. I even seen a dumbass bitch talking about, don't you know the percentage for men unalive and women is higher than men and than bears unalive and humans? I said, duh, bitch. It's proximity. More humans are around more humans than humans are around bears. Let's make some shit make sense around this bitch. What?
Now, I will say this. There were and there are some women out there that actually understand the question and agree with men, because obviously these are women that are not looking at it emotionally, and maybe they're healed or they're in healthy relationships. But regardless, I was just happy to see, like, you know what, there are some women out here who really understand why women choosing the bear makes absolutely no sense. Check this out.
I don't know about you, but I'm not scared of a man or a bear. I'm actually scared of the amount of parents that are out there right now raising children that are my children's age, instilling these disgusting beliefs about men into their children that are potentially going to come in contact with my children, and what sort of impact that's going to have on their life. Because all this hatred, all this talk that's going on, it's doing the exact thing. It's going to cause the exact thing that you're all trying to avoid and you're all advocating against. It's going to cause exactly that. Because that hatred talk that you're feeding into your children, which is what is going to happen, all this stuff's out there on the internet. So that's a worry to me. I don't know. I think people need to heal. This is what it's really about. Everyone is just trauma dumping instead of actually looking at the core issue, which is just a fundamental hatred towards one gender or the other because you haven't healed something that's happened in your life or whatever. But yeah, I'm not scared for a bear or a man or whatever. I'm not scared for myself. I'm genuinely concerned as a mother about the world that my children are being raised in and the amount of hate talk that's going on. That's what I'm scared of. Considering that the average man genuinely means well, that's the point. Like, the average person genuinely means well. But like, if these discussions keep being had in such a massive way, that's all going to turn to shit. Like, all the young people that are internalizing and absorbing all of this stuff that's put out on social media, and the comments that are being had about this bear situation, and the amount of women hating on men, because that's what it's about. Actually, that is exactly what it's about. It's just another excuse to take a huge dump on them. And as a mother of a son, I take offense. That's all I'm saying.
Since y'all deleted my video for the man versus bear situation, y'all stupid as fuck. And I said what I said. And I don't give a fuck how none of y'all feel about it. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody going in no woods tangling with no motherfucking bear. And y'all fucking know that. To compare a man to a bear is very weird as fuck. You talking about a bear that's in his natural habitat. Bitch, what the fuck you doing there in the first place? And why would your kids be out there in the first place? Why would anybody be out there in the woods, in the habitat of a bear, outside of camping or something? And even in that case, you know what you getting yourself into. Just like when it comes to being with a person, anybody is capable of anything. If you don't know how to protect yourself, okay, it ain't nothing more to say than that. It ain't nothing more to say to that. If y'all want to continue to go out in society and spread false information saying that men are the only ones doing harm on this earth, you're stupid. And I said what I said. Because it's women that you need to look out for, it's teenagers, kids, all type of people that you need to look out for when you go outside your motherfucking doors. Don't nobody owe you shit when you walk outside your own fucking protection of your home. And motherfuckers still try to intrude your home. And what you gonna do then? If it's a woman breaking your shit, what you gonna do? I want y'all to real life here. If it's a woman versus a kid, if it's a woman versus a little girl and they both got blickies, What you gonna do? Since y'all gonna put this dumbass question up, y'all just be saying dumb shit. And then get mad when somebody speak their opinion on the shit and want to report shit for bullying harassment. Ain't nobody bullying harassing y'all dumbass. Y'all just bring y'all dumbass on this app saying dumbass shit, and that's why I can't wait. When they delete this app, all you people that want to bring topics up like this, y'all ain't gonna have shit to talk about on other platforms because ain't nobody gonna listen to that bullshit. Facebook is too ghetto for you motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck about shit over there. They drinking Hennessy straight with mixed with Patron and motherfucking Hypnotic. They don't give a fuck over there on Facebook. Twitter, they too busy worried about corn on the cob and jacking each other. They don't give a fuck over there. They too worried about ass over there. Instagram, they too motherfucking celebrityfied over there. They trying to be celebrities. So what y'all talk about on these motherfuckers ain't gonna get y'all nowhere when this shit delete. When this shit delete, all you fake ass prophets, all you fake ass wanna be advocators, y'all are gonna be done. Bye.
Would you rather leave your daughter in the forest with a man or a bear?
Are you fucking insane? And I know why y'all dumbasses are saying that shit. I would rather be raped again than have my skull crushed by a bear and then have to fucking climb down a mountain for hours and then still wait hours to be found and possibly not be found and just die. Sincerely, from someone who's experienced it, from a man and a woman, even though I mostly only talk about the woman time on here. Y'all are fucking losing the plot. Y'all are getting really fucking ridiculous out here. There's a 0% chance that the bear is going to help my daughter get out of the forest, give her water, give her food, and protect her. As I said the other day, y'all are losing the fucking plot on this. If y'all want to keep on comparing men to bears and saying that men are more dangerous than bears, then we can go on ahead and say that women are more dangerous than crocodiles, because they actually fucking are. Would you rather your daughter be left with a crocodile? Matter of fact, would you rather your son be left with a crocodile or a woman? Like, do you hear how ridiculous y'all are? Sure, and I already know what y'all are going to say to try to shut that down. Y'all are going to be like, oh my gosh, but men actually hurt more people per year than bears do. Okay, well, women actually abuse more children per year than crocodiles do. Hello, women actually unalive more children per year than crocodiles do. So what do you want to say? Like, what? Y'all really just want any fucking excuse to keep dehumanizing men. Can you imagine what this psychologically does to little boys to see y'all constantly saying shit like this and constantly comparing them to animals? Do you know what psychologically that would do? Y'all need to go to fucking therapy, because right now you're continuing the cycle and you're gonna create more of the men that you fucking complain about. Mark my words.
Even a woman who is a victim of what y'all talking about says that she would choose a man over a bear. How much more proof do you need? Now I want you guys to check out this next clip, because let me tell you, I can see how a hypothetical question like this could potentially start a fight or maybe even cause a breakup in relationships. I want y'all to pay close attention to what I'm about to show you in this next clip. It's a wife asking his husband the hypothetical question. Check this out.
Would you rather our daughter be in the woods with a bear or a man?
I would say a man.
Why?
Because I could be that man.
No, not you, a stranger.
Okay, someone I don't know.
Yeah.
Versus a brown bear.
Why does it have to be a brown bear?
I'm just assuming that's whether black bear, brown bear.
Just a bear, Kenny.
I think I would still say man.
Really? You want our 13-year-old daughter to be?
If I found a 13-year-old in the woods, I would be like, okay, let me try and help you to safety.
Aw, that's really cute.
And a bear would be like, rawr, I'm gonna eat you. The odds are better with the man. The odds are better with the man.
I don't know if that's true. I think you're just assuming that all men are like you.
No, we'll just take 10 people, line up 10 men.
Oh, this is not going well.
And then say 6 out of the 10 men are good. those are better odds than one bear,
How
like
do you know
leaving
that?
my child with a bear. What is the bear gonna? The bear can't feed the child. The bear will eat the child.
And what might the man do to the child?
Hopefully, read stories, pass the time, and get into safety. Walk upstream. Bears will just take you to their stream, and you just watch them like eat food and stuff. Or, like I said, the bear would would maul the child.
What if a man mauls the child?
Look, I got a D in stats in college, so I'm just trying to weigh my options here. The bear, it's not like Homeward Bound. Like, a bear will kill you.
A man might kill you.
Yes, everything might kill you, but like, what is she gonna do? Jump up in a tree and the bear's like trying to get her while like a random man. Maybe the man's lost too and they can help each other out. Now, if the man was living in the woods and wanted to be away for some reason, then that would be suspect. But if they're both like lost and they need to find a safe haven, the man has arms and legs. The bear, bears also have that, but they can't like articulate.
Here's a shovel for
Okay.
your hole.
So wait. No, I want to ask you the question.
The comment section is going to have a lot
No,
of
no,
fun
no.
video.
Wait, this is ridiculous because so you would want our 13-year-old daughter alone with a bear in the woods?
Yes. Rather than a man.
Okay. Are you saying like we're going to find her within like 10 hours?
You are really honing on the specifics.
I am trying to find the best situation for her to survive. The bear's not going to like keep her safe unless it's a really cool bear.
That man may also do the opposite of keeping her safe.
No, that's true, but there's better odds that the man will take her to safety.
Oh, you are so sheltered and
But the bear can't talk.
This is sad.
If we can communicate with the bear, if she can communicate with the bear.
Dr. Doolittle, that's enough video.
I just think if you ask like 10 other people, they would say 9 out of 10 would say the man.
So, wait, what?
People would pick the man over the bear.
No, that's so incorrect.
More than that.
The internet says otherwise.
So there's videos of this that people pick the bear?
Everybody picked the bear.
If it was a gorilla.
No, everybody did not pick the bear. See, that's that confirmation bias bullshit that I'm talking about. And what she's pretty much doing is she's literally trying to shame, guilt, and manipulate you into thinking like her when it comes to this hypothetical. You're looking at it the way any man would typically look at it because you're thinking about what is my best chances of my daughter having survival with a man, alone with a man in the woods, or alone with a bear in the woods. That simple. Let's keep it moving. I got another video from the Drizzle of Oz itself, man. Drizzle.
The man versus bear thing was always an empathy test. And if you brought it up to a man and they started arguing with you, then he failed. He also failed the curiosity test, also failed the assumption test.
First, I call bullshit, but second, what? A curiosity test? We're going to address empathy, but you shouldn't be giving a guy a curiosity test unless you're hoping he's going to take you to the 8th grade dance. If a man is not interested in you, he's not going to be curious for what you have to say because you just decided to say something online. Who are you to be testing men anyway? No one owes you their unsolicited empathy or curiosity. Everyone's got their own lies. But interdynamics aside, we know that the empathy test is a lie. If it's anything, it's a compliance test. If it was an empathy test and you're looking for people who are willing to listen to you, you'd accept the people that are willing to listen and spend time with those people. Women would not be on my videos or anybody else's videos attacking men for the fact that we disagree with their decision. You'd be looking for empathy, not for a fight. But when you're looking for compliance, it's a completely different machine. You're trying to acquire power. You have the incels that pander, the ones that want to get close to you, the ones that wave the feminist flag so they can spend time with you. And we've seen what those guys do in the news, like Turtleneck Emo waving his pro-fem flag, but then assaulting a girl in her sleep. You didn't want to stop there. You're not just looking for weak male followers. You're trying to subjugate men, much like we did with the Japanese after World War II. We forced them to jump through hoops to prove that they were on our side, much like America did with black people, much like Israel did with Ethiopian Jews. You're trying to create a system where the everyday man has to comply, has to fall under your belief system. But men operate in logic, and we're trying to protect people. And there are plenty of women on this planet that are good, that are not trying to use this question to subjugate men under radical feminism. So what we are doing is trying to protect women from fallacies of logic. If you tell us about a phone call you're on and somebody is asking for your credit card and they used a fallacious argument or a loaded question like this one to get you to reach for your wallet, and we find that you're operating in your emotion and about to make a decision that could cost you $10,000, we will tell you logically why you're being dumb right now. And the content that we've been creating here on Team Man Good in defense of men is that there's a small group of women that are using this for a very dark reason. But for the mass majority of good women, we've been talking about the fallacies of logic within this question. The question uses misleading vividness, much like, would you love me if I was a worm? First off, you would never be a worm. Because of the dramatic question or the dramatic imagery created by the answer to the question, we forget to think about how the question is completely irrelevant or should never happen. The question uses nefarious framing to embed a relationship between man and bear. You have only 4 keywords in that question. Woods, which implies alone, man, and bear. To pose a question is to give the question validity, to cause the mind to think that they must be related somehow. If I asked you, do Islamic men murder their wives more with rope or with knives? The presence of the question makes the brain start searching for correlations within the words of the question. It gives the question some form of meaning. I just pulled all of those words out of thin air for no reason. There's no data on this, there's no study, there's no reason for me to even ask. But now you're asking yourself, do Islamic men murder their wives? And why would they use rope? The question in its engineering is framed to lead one to believe that men are dangerous. And in that conclusion, it appeals to the fallacy of relative privation. Jeffrey Dahmer did bad things. And in a one-to-one relationship, Jeffrey Dahmer is way worse than a bear. To take that conclusion that Jeffrey Dahmer is worse than a bear, but instead use the word man versus bear, we can then draw the conclusion that all men are terribly bad, worse than bears. And in that way, we dehumanize men. This is why the question is a compliance test. It is seeking to find who will take the bait and comply to an emotionally loaded question absent of logic to come to the conclusion that men are dangerous. This question is meant to divide, and the next step is to start handing out armbands for people to wear so you can identify them based on the answer of the question. If you understood men, you would understand that 999 out of 1,000 of them are good men, and they take pride in protecting the people that they love. And when you answer a stupid question and are forced to defend your emotional answer with logic and you're grasping at straws because of confirmation bias, the good men in your life will tell you, sit down, you're not thinking logically, it's more than just the question. To compliance test a world full of people and to socially sort them like the Nazis did is setting the world up for a prejudicial movement against men. Feminist separatists need that separation to identify who's on their side, to identify who is holding deep-seated biases that when they go to war against men, they will know who will join the fight with them. This is a way to take a head count before you commit a genocide. So if you think men are generally good, but emotionally dumb, drop the empathy test and sit back and go, you know what? This isn't the one that I need to win. If this guy is trying to help me by giving me the logic of what's truly dangerous, I can appreciate that because men operate in logic over emotion, and we are needed at times for that. And women lead on compassion and empathy when we can be cold creatures. And for the many of you that want to bring up your personal stories about how you were victimized, I want to encourage you to take just 2 steps back for 20 or 30 seconds. I was assaulted when I was 15 by a 55-year-old woman, but I will not let that truth affect how I make my decisions. The fact that you have trauma makes you more vulnerable to this type of loaded question. If you can think about how someone can target your pain with a question like this to get you radicalized, to get you emotional, to get you predictable of all things, you will start to see everywhere there are men and women who would love to use you for their agenda. Anyone who is speaking to conclusion that someone is bad cannot be trusted. Anyone speaking to neutrality should be the people you listen to first. Because beyond the individual question, bigger than the question is why are we asking the question? Who is asking the question, and to what end are people going to use those answers? If you want empathy from men, tell them what happened to you, and I promise you will get empathy.
Man, I agree with him 100%. I just never thought of the proper verbiage to use, but man, that is exactly what this bear versus man question is. For the women anyway, it really is a compliance test. Are you going to comply and will to my way of thinking when it comes to this scenario. And any man that doesn't, they're pretty much being shamed and guilted. And yeah, see, this is why, yada yada. Fuck out of here, man. It's a bunch of bullshit, bro. Look up the statistics, you guys, bro. It's a very small percentage of men that are committing these egregious crimes that women are over here trying to use to validate their reason for choosing a bear over a man. Let's keep it moving.
The saddest part about the whole man versus bear conversation is that men still don't get it.
You hate men. We understand. That's how we look at it. Because what y'all are doing is taking something that only a small percentage of men are responsible for. Very small, less than 1% actually, if you look it up. And trying to put all men under this umbrella of what a small percentage of men did. Now, that's the issue men have with this bear versus man conversation. And that's the part that y'all women like you don't understand. So let me put it to you in a situation that way you understand it. There's recently been a spike of a lot of women having sex with underage men. Okay, kids, teenagers, guys who probably barely hit puberty, right? Those are bad women. Would it be fair for me to say that I would rather be in the woods with a bear than a woman, solely based on what a small percentage of women are responsible for? Because most women aren't doing what those women are being accused of. You see what I'm saying? Now do you understand it? If you can't understand it based on that example, then just say you hate men. And at least men will respect that, because that makes a lot more sense than you trying to over here make men feel guilty for what a small percentage of men are doing. Because if that's the case, based on that logic, I should rather be in the woods with a bear than a woman, based on what a small percentage of women are doing to little boys. You see what I'm saying? Jesus. And make sure y'all follow me on TikTok. Name is same as the YouTube channel, all right? And let me know what y'all thought about this, okay? If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button, because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.